Welcome to our sample class for the Wellness Cooking Academy. Our motto is Healthy Begins in the Kitchen. So today I'm going to be giving you a step-by-step roadmap system to follow to build your business and get out of overwhelm. I will uncover the system, the tools that we use to help you get organized and make more money. Thank you for being here. This webinar is perfect if you're a health coach or a practitioner or maybe just a foodie. If you want to do cooking classes, but use them effectively to build your client list, or actually simply just because you love doing them. I am Sherry Mraz. I'm a health coach, author, public speaker, mentor, and the founder of the Wellness Cooking Academy. Many people know me as the Cooking Yogi. My boots on the ground business. I graduated in 2008 from IIN and built a full-time coaching practice. I've also been one of their mentors since 2009. Sounds great, right? Wasn't always. When you are a health coach, it is so common that it becomes overwhelming because there's so many different ways that you can approach this business. So you get all of these ideas, and before you know it, you're either in overwhelm or you're in analysis paralysis, and you end up working way too hard. So why cooking classes? We spend dollars a year on medical costs just in our country alone. We have an epidemic of obesity, diabetes, heart disease, and high cholesterol. I'm not telling you guys anything you don't already know. All of these diseases are lifestyle diseases. They are not contagious. So you want to get yourself in balance. We want to help people. Clearly, I just showed you the need. But because you may have a ton of passion, I'm going to bet you do, and passion is creative. It's for you. Your passion is yours. But you want to find your purpose. Your purpose is for others. So we want to get in balance. You want to unite your passion and your purpose, but you do that with structure. If you have passion and structure, it equals success. I love the book, Start Something That Matters, Blake Mycoskie. He's the guy who started Tom's Shoes. So great book to read. You want to let your passion fuel you, but you really, really do need structure. One of the reasons that I built the Academy was for accountability. And I ask everyone when they come into class to vow to break the shiny object syndrome. I always say for the next 12 weeks, say no to extra activities, demands, and you want to put on some business blinders. You put your family first. Of course, we love our families. When you're building a business, you do need to buckle down and you need to stay laser focused. So I'm all for done for yous. When I started, they really didn't exist. But I know a lot of health coaches have done for yous that have become virtual dust collectors. And you don't want that. So I built a program that has done for yous with the step-by-step system to implement them. We show you how to use the done for yous that you have so they don't go to waste. You're able to actually, blow the dust off and get them working for you. So what you need to teach cooking classes? Obviously, you need an outline, you need your talking points, you need a packing list for your marketing material, your food recipes, you need surveys, email sign-up sheets, tools, knowing what to bring, and contracts, which is a whole big subject all in itself. But the most important thing really is that you need confidence. You need to know how to monetize what you're doing because, again, passion doesn't always make you money. You need to really know how to step-by-step strategically take a cooking class and turn it into something lucrative. You need to know how to shop smart, stay organized, and how to save money. You want to know how to promote and get free advertising, and you want to be seen as an expert. One of the things that I remember early on when I was first in business was that 80% of businesses fail in the first 3 years. And why is that? Because they run out of money. So when you're doing something like this, you're a health coach, you're teaching cooking classes, you've got to be really clear that you are a business. And it can be in all different shapes. You have to know what you want to do so that you can implement it. And again, you need confidence. That is so important. Here's one of my past graduates doing a little demo on the news. And afterwards, she had sent me an email saying she would have never done something like that had she not come to the academy. What she was teaching there wasn't from a Done For You. It's just that then you can start to fly. You can start to do your own thing, but you got to master the basics first. So that is why we created a turnkey system. It's a business in a box, because as I said, your passion doesn't always equal progress. If you are creative, you have so many things you can do and so many places that you can do them at. You might be thinking, oh, I can, do programs in schools. I can do things for the community center. Before you know it, you're thinking, I can. Yeah, you can, but you want to be really clear on what fits for you and then be able to implement it into a system. I always say that passion, I know this because I am this. From the beginning, I realized that I was all over the place. I had so much passion about this, but passion doesn't create a linear way of thinking. You want to get yourself into a system. I always say in the academy, we take passion and we turn you into a linear achiever. People absolutely love cooking classes, and you can see they're everywhere now. They're really popular, but they're not always healthy. This is your opportunity as a wellness practitioner or health coach to be able to use a class to talk about health benefits of the food. That's really the most important thing. Talking about the benefits of the ingredients and what eating healthy can do for them. So now you have a way to be able to convert them into clients. We have 12 modules. I want you to see how the system lays out. So your first module is all about how you get started. Who are you? Who are you? Who do you help? There's 12 modules, which is 3 quarters. So you have the first 4 weeks and then your second block and your third quarter. In the first block of modules, it's all about discovering who you work with, how you work with them, and what your programs are. You want to know, what is your goal? Are you doing one-on-one? Are you doing group coaching? Are you doing online programs? Or just cooking classes? That's perfectly fine too. You love cooking classes. You don't want to coach clients. Okay, we have those students and they just keep growing their cooking classes. But you do need to see clearly what your vision is and how your programs are going to fit your market. I always say you want to make a decision early on. Is this a hobby or is this your career? There's nothing wrong with having a hobby. You want to teach cooking classes, you want to bring in an extra dollars for your family and don't want to see clients, great. Or maybe you're just doing it for fun. You want to do one a month. But what you want to do is have a real vision and decide, is it a hobby? Is it a career? You become the boss and the employee at the same time. You've got to be a great boss to yourself. You've got to be kind. You have to have self-love. But at the same time, you've got to show up for work every day. You don't want to be a lousy employee either. So we use a roadmap system. So you see all the little thumbtacks. The first stop is your feelings, and we use tracking. So I teach you how to track how you're feeling energetically and how you're feeling when you're doing different tasks and working with different people. And then the second one is tracking what other people are asking you for, so you know who your target market is. And then the third thing is business basics. We give you a full checklist so you can check off each thing: website, business cards, insurance. You've got to obviously have your bases covered. And then the fourth stop is your target. So you know exactly who you want to work with. And then the last thing is how you're going to deliver it, how you're going to see your clients. The second module is helpful tools. I like to call this your business back office. As they say, a carpenter is only as good as as their tools. The same thing goes for all of us. We need to have clear handouts, polished documents. We need to have shopping lists with net income formulas on it so you know exactly how much you made at the end of the class. Contracts, that's really important. So we really build a strong structure for your back office, your organization. And then every cook or chef knows mise en place. Mise en place is French for everything in its place. So that's one of the first steps and one of the most important steps for organizing your actual cooking class, having good prep, having your ingredients laid out properly. I hope you're catching the drift here. This isn't just about cooking. This is building a business. So it is a cooking education in balance with the business education. If you apply mise en place to your business, you're going to have all of your documents, your formulas, your contracts. And we start you out with a business back office. So you get your sign-up sheet, shopping list. The bottom of the shopping list has a formula. So you're going to plug in how many people are in your class, how much did they pay, what were your costs for your food, and then you have your net. It keeps you organized for your taxes. Oh, who doesn't love that? Also, then it has a one-page document for you to keep track of each class separately. So it makes it really easy for you to rinse and repeat. Instructor, Lisa Fraley, she gives legal tips, and I go very heavily into food safety. I am a food handler's proxy. I don't give you guys the test because it's different in different states, but I do teach you all of the things that are on the food handler's certification. You want to follow the rules. It's really important that you know what you need and you know what you don't need. I see two extremes. I see people overprotecting themselves, building all this business stuff and setting everything up and spending a ton of money when you don't need to do that. You're going to grow into that. And we actually say, you add this at this point, add this at the next point. You can start out really simple. I'm old school. I like to keep things very simple, grassroots. We will teach you the basics of setting up your business, what insurance applies to what not to say in your classes and on your websites, and what you do want to say. Food handler certification. I'm a proxy, so I teach that. And then cottage laws. So that was our first 3 modules. On module 4, we do the very first cooking class. And I walk you through how to teach getting greens into the diet class. You can title the classes anything you want. We have greens, eating on a budget, juicing, a detox, eating for energy, nutrition for busy people, eating on the go, and kids. You change up the titles. Those are just so that you can know which class is which. You want to be ready to go. Somebody contacts you, you've got a cooking class in a folder, and you could say, sure, I could do this or I could do that. So you keep your life really simple. I recommend that you set a cooking class schedule. When I first started, I taught a cooking class on the second Wednesday of every month. And that worked for me. If you set a schedule, it got me into a routine. The more you get in front of people, you build up a following. Now you're taking a cold audience. Somebody maybe met you in a cooking class, but after they come a few times, those are really strong potential clients. Now it's your warm audience. When I first started health coaching, I had been a yoga teacher for 4 years. I signed up every single person because they knew me. So the same thing applies from cooking classes. You build this relationship with people and trust. They're going to sign up for your other programs. We do flyers for you, either a hands-on or a demo class, and every single one of the classes have their own flyers. This is a sample of one of the recipes, but you can see that they're completely brandable. You put your contact information on it. You're going to look professional from day one. I just went and pitched a women's group. They had 150 members. I spent no time at all getting ready for this meeting because I just printed out one of these classes and put it in a portfolio with my business card and went to the meeting. I have never gone to one of these meetings that they don't hire me. And I've had other students tell me the same. One girl said she walked into a brand new incubator kitchen they had built for a green market. They were looking for a cooking instructor. She walked in. They said, wow, nobody has walked in with such a polished presentation. It matters. The other great thing about having nice recipes that look nice, you look like you've been in business for a long time. You look professional right out of the gate. But a lot of people don't throw them away. They save things like this where they'll throw out, brochures and different things. But recipes, a lot of times people hang on to in their kitchen. So they might tuck it in a cookbook. And then a year later, if they didn't do something with you, it might come up that they're like, oh my gosh, I want to contact, I remember this. So it really stays around for a long time. And then every single one of the classes has a benefits handout that matches the class. And it gives your participants valuable tips on the ingredients of the food. And it gives you confidence because now you have talking points and you don't have to be nervous to memorize it all because they're looking at their paper, so you can have your paper right in front of you and you can read it. The classes have a 2 or 3 page coach's outline. So this is yours. You keep the master copy for yourself. I recommend you print one out, keep a folder. I keep hard copies. I'm old school. And then I write little notes to myself, maybe a funny story or something that I want to mention. And so I keep that and just keep reusing it. One of the recipes is massaged kale salad. So simple. But even though it's simple, a lot of lay people, let's say, they don't know. They don't know that they have to massage their kale. Obviously, have them wash their hands, but it's a great way to get them involved, hands-on. If you're doing it for a large audience, you got a bunch of people, well, obviously, you're going to massage a whole bunch of it beforehand and then just do a demo. So module 5, we talk about promoting and titling your classes. So remember I said they're generic titles because you want it to have a little pizzazz. Sometimes you might title something, Eat Your Way Thin with 3 recipes. I don't know. That's just, oh my gosh, off the top of my head. Titling matters, and you can change titling for the seasons and obviously for your audience. If you're going to a women's group, maybe you throw the word hormone in. If you're going to corporate, maybe you talk about busy people. And you get a cooking on a budget. Every week after module 4, you get a new cooking class. So you have a week to kind of go through, master that one, and then class notes. I just thought this was funny. I found our 8-year-old sales goals, and we're almost there. Don't let this be you. Get on the fast tracks. So done for yous only help if you can plug them into a system. You can have a lot of done for yous, but if you're not using them and they're sitting in your computer getting dusty, that's not helping you. Know what comes first, second, third. This is a business system using cooking classes to grow your health coaching business. There is a lot of free advertising that is available, and cooking classes is great for that. I invited the editor, so she came, took pictures, ran the article. You can send in press releases about yourself teaching classes. You can make sure that you get them in the local paper, magazines. There's so many different ways that are free. Facebook event is free. You don't have to run an ad. You do not have to spend money for advertising. Newspapers are always looking for news. That's what their job is. So if you're doing something for the public, that's newsworthy. So don't feel like you have to spend a lot of money. There's so many opportunities and different places that you can do classes, but you have to think about the fact that you're in front of all of these people. I like to say it's almost like an infomercial. Clearly, all those people that were there are potential clients. Most of them have no idea that what they're eating is causing not the health results that they're looking for. You have an opportunity, if you do it correctly, it's really important that you have an invite, how to bring them into your products or services. These classes can be done anywhere. This was a bridal shower, and they absolutely loved it. And what the great thing is, it's a pyramid. One of the girls' moms, she then wanted to have a class with her friends. So it really does grow. Again, you can be in the business of just teaching cooking classes, but if you are in the business of trying to get clients and build a coaching practice, this is your infomercial. So in module 6, we start going into eat plant-based. All food has energy, both good and bad. You want to eat close to the ground. All the recipes are plant-based. That's just a base. In a cooking class, I like to teach people that they can eat well, plant-based, and then if they say, well, my husband wants this or that, okay, so add it. It's really a lot easier to add animal protein to a recipe, but it's not always so easy to take out of. This is a sample of one of the flyers using food to boost your energy. In module 6, you are getting 2 different done-for-yous. A full detox program. I believe it's a really good gateway program to get clients. You're going to demo the detox food. After they do a detox or a cleanse, they need coaching to make sure that they stay clean. So then you can invite them to your Art of Juicing class. Point is, you always want to be inviting them to something. You've now created this warm audience that you have the opportunity to turn them into your clients. In module 7, lunch and learns. You might find that you get in front of people who would never seek out a cooking class. Keep it really simple, a 1-hour demo. We give you 3 different lunch and learn classes. You go and get in front of this audience that might not have sought it out, and all of a sudden they're like, wow, I didn't know that. So you return to that same company 2 or 3 times, and then you've now again created warm audience in a whole new segment. And this is another flyer for the corporate. It's kind of a buzzword. Meal prepping is very popular now, and busy people want that. I explained to you that you get a business kit in module 2, but for the corporate, we did build a whole separate one for you. It's a little bit different. When you're pitching to a corporation, you need to up it a little. You want to have a really, I say, spend a little money, buy some beautiful portfolios. I use folders, but for corporate, you might want to get a little more heavy stock, and you're going to add a pitch, a proposal. You can put in there your W-2 and sample some of the flyers, but you want to put it together nicely so that when you have your meeting, you're good to go. And again, you will be seen as an expert because you are so organized and it makes it so simple. So this is what the corporate looks like. There's 3 different lunch and learn classes. There's not 3 recipes in each one, because when you're doing a lunch and learn, you only want to be there an hour. They're at work. They don't really want you going over an hour, and sometimes they'll say 45 minutes. You just want to demo a recipe and follow your outline. And then for those of you who love working with kids, oh my gosh, it is another fabulous opportunity, because a lot of times people will spend money on their kids before they will on themselves. I regularly get asked to do kids cooking classes as birthday parties. It's a really fun thing to do. Some of you want to work in schools, maybe you want to run camps. So we give you all the tools for that. Obviously, it's a little different than the adult. We have it all laid out with some fun, kids graphics. And also you want to have a little bit different contracts and permission slips when you work with kids. So we give you those disclaimer for pictures. See how I did this picture? I cut out the children's faces, and I did have a permission for this one, but it's just so much easier a lot of times if you can do that, because you don't just want to put someone's child's face online. They may not like that, but we provide you with that. Disclaimers, waivers for kids classes. And of course, they also work perfectly for the adult classes as well. So in module 9, if somebody doesn't have a website. We have websites built that work, designed for people who are doing cooking classes, and you lay out your programs and we teach you how to do that. You want to have your programs really clearly on your websites. I know sometimes people don't want to put pricing. Why not? If you go to the mall, people want to see how much something is. They want to pick it up. They want to look at it. They want to know what you're about. So you don't have to put your private pricing on there, but you want to have some programs and pricing so that they know what you're about. And then we teach you about social media, how to optimize it, not get overwhelmed by it, and not pay a lot of money for it. And then we also provide you with tech support. And I know this really sounds like a lot, but when you're building a business, there is a lot. You want to know what comes first, second, third. As you're seeing me go through the modules, you can see that they're an approach that you're going to take to fill in all the blanks. And then on module 10, we go into you having your own brand. You want to have a signature message. Everything has to match. I wasted so much time when I first started coaching and presenting. I thought I needed a different message for everything. No, you don't. Your message, everything should be the same. Your titles match for your talks, your classes. There's a theme. We call it a red line. You want a red line right through the middle of your business. Does it match? If it doesn't, you're spinning your wheels, and again, then you're going all over the place, and then you're confusing your audience. Module 11, we help you get a book done. I know that sounds like madness. Like, how can I get a book done and do all this other stuff? You don't need to have a lot. You're going to get more talks. You're going to be seen as more of an expert when you're doing your classes. That was me when I got my book done. And my book is The Cooking Yogis, More Energy, Less Waste. It's on Amazon. We're going to help you get on Amazon. The value to this is, as I said, you're seen as an expert, but also now look, I'm in the paper. You call the newspaper and you say, I got published. And then they come out and they take a picture of you and it becomes a big deal. So you want to be seen as the go-to person in your community. This helps you do it. When you're doing a book, you don't need to get yourself completely overwhelmed. You want to keep it really simple. You don't need a ton of pages. You only need, 26 pages to go to print. Simple. You don't need to complicate it. You want to use a layout, a template, which we give you that. ISBN number. We have a publisher who helps you with this. How many times have you done a program and after it's over, you kind of lose your connection, you lose your energy? Don't need to do that. Module 12, we go over it again because I want to make sure everybody has one theme, one signature talk, signature classes, your book, one message. I always say equals success and sanity. There's 10 templates. You're going to have coaches outline, benefits, handouts, 3 recipes each, flyers for classes, your social media images, contracts and formulas, surveys, master checklists, sign-in rosters, and shopping lists. So let me share with you a couple of the bonuses. Our Facebook group with tech support. You have a question, you're stuck, ask us. There's people in there who will support you and answer. I see girls asking questions about their pricing for their classes or recipes. We encourage everyone to help each other, and it's a fabulous community. So also, you have the opportunity to get into our searchable database. What does that mean? If you go to the Wellness Cooking Academy homepage, right on the front page, it says search for a cooking instructor in your area. If a person visits the website, they can put in, I want to go to vegetarian classes in Kansas. Bang, an instructor comes up. The beauty is once you're in this data bank, you are on the Google map in your area. So somebody goes on and types in their area and looking for cooking classes. That is something that we built for all of the graduates. I hope you don't look like this by the time you don't want to be a member anymore, but you do become a lifetime member. So you don't have to graduate and then move on. we encourage you, as I said, stay in the Facebook group, stay a part of the community. If you want to repeat the class, do it. So I talked about my 12-week cookbook. It has menus, recipes, and shopping lists for 12 weeks. Makes it super simple to plan your meals. I'm gifting that to everyone. Also, if you sign up as a full pay, then you get a one-on-one strategy session. Our motto is healthy begins in the kitchen. And I think our secondary motto is stay on track. You need a system and a roadmap with your red line. We know that you have put in enormous amounts of time learning about health. We don't want you to just start the race. We want you to finish it, achieve your greatness.
Thank you for attending today's webinar. To get more information on the Wellness Cooking Academy and to find out how to enroll, visit wellnesscookingacademy.com/enroll.